Hello and welcome to All Things Foster, a place for coffee, connection, and community. Today we're going to be visiting with Monica Sullivan from Joseph's Project. But before we get to that, I want to put a huge shout out to our sponsor for this episode. ETC Bookkeeping empowers business owners with clear, accurate financials so that they can make confident decisions and focus on what they do best. With customized service packages and expert QuickBooks Online support, we simplify your bookkeeping, payroll, and compliance needs without the overwhelm. More than a service, we're a trusted partner who cares about your business as much as you do. Call Janie at ETC today at 806-626-7050. And just from a personal perspective, I say this just about every week. We have these sponsors, and I have some kind of connection with them. And Janie has just been a godsend. We can't afford a bookkeeper full time or anything like that. And so when I have a question and I'm like, Janie, I don't understand this, she's like right there. She's great. So if you need help with QuickBooks, she's a wizard. She knows what she's doing. So today, like I said, we've got Monica Sullivan on with us today. Monica, thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
Especially on the last minute with a cancellation this morning. So I appreciate that. And just as a kind of a little bit of an intro, Monica and I met a couple months ago through kind of a common person. And Monica has allowed us to order some stuff. And it's actually sitting in their warehouse right now. We're going to pick it up on Friday and take it over to our Moses closet. But it's saving us about 60%. I was looking at comparing Walmart prices to their prices, and it's a significant savings. And so just from an organizational perspective, thank you for letting us partner with you in that. It's just super helpful for our organization to be able to maximize those donor dollars that you understand.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for, to help one another.
Yeah. One of my taglines is, let's do this together. We're all in this together. We're all trying to better the community and grow it and develop it and help folks that need the help. And so we as an organization have never operated from a scarcity mindset where, you stay away from my people and I'm going to stay away from your people. We're working together to grow this community and to help folks. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think when you're in service, like, it is not about your organization.
Right.
It's about the people and the people that you're serving.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about Joseph's Project. As part of Catholic Family Charities, just kind of give us what is it and why does it matter? Okay.
Joseph's Project is a pregnancy resource center, and it services anybody who is currently pregnant, both moms and dads, families that are expecting a child. Also, we help anyone who has custody of a child under the age of 3, whether it's through foster parenting, adoption, or legal custody.
Right.
Like in the Texas Panhandle, we have got quite a few grandparents that actually have custody of their grandchildren. So we're able to provide services for them as well.
Right.
And we help out with those things.
Yeah, I took a placement package to a grandma a couple weeks ago. She was 70. And she had her 9-month-old grandson, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm 70 years old." So yeah, it definitely happens a lot. Yeah. St. Francis is really, the state of Texas is really pushing for the foster care system to put the kids with family as much as possible. And they just told me 2 weeks ago that 34% of the kids that are coming into care right now are actually being placed with some family somehow, which is, up significantly from where it was. But yeah, so you're definitely, you're serving anybody that's got a kiddo that's 3 and under, right?
Yes. So, and it's a non-income based program.
Okay.
So income is not a factor.
Okay.
Our services are based on need. So we're able to provide diapers, wipes, car seats, pack and plays, so many other things, clothing, formula, baby food, And the way that it works is we have these education classes, and they can either be sent to them over their phone, over the computer, or they can Zoom in with them and do the one-on-one, or they can come into the center.
Okay.
We did it like that because we have several people that have a really hard time just getting around town.
Yeah.
Transportation is a huge issue around here. We serve 26 counties right now. We're
Right.
in the Texas Panhandle. We're hitting actually 21 of those 26 counties right now. And so we do know that transportation is an issue.
Well, yeah, if they're in Plainview, you know,
Yes.
and coming up for a class, maybe. So what happened? So they take the class, and they're in Plainview. How do they get
Their items.
their items? Yeah, do you ship them to them or?
So Plainview is actually out of our 26 counties. It's not to say that we can't see them, because
Right.
we absolutely could see them.
Right.
And then we would make arrangements for a drop off, or if they have a family member that lives here in Amarillo, as long as they have their ID and they list them as a pickup, they can actually have them pick them up from our center.
So do you for families that are even in town and out of town, you guys deliver to them also?
Yes.
I didn't know
there
that.
are some instances, like we do go out to Hereford, we go out to Dimmitt, we go out to Friona, Tulia. Pretty soon we will be going out into the Delhart area, Stratford, Cactus, Dumas. We'll be going out to Pampa, Borger. Like, we're adding more counties, which
Yeah.
we will be out on a more regular basis.
Right.
Because the need is so great. And
absolutely.
the amount of people that we're getting from those counties coming in, we're actually going to go out and do classes there
Okay.
and take the items there,
Yeah.
so they could pick up there when they're
that's
there.
awesome.
So they're not having to try to get to us, that we would make it a lot easier to try to get it there.
Yeah, so I was at the foundation a couple of weeks ago, and they put we live in the Panhandle. We know it's big, right?
Yeah.
But somebody mentioned that the Panhandle is the size of West Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that put it in perspective, like how big of an area we're serving?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a whole state, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, people that are, up in the Northeast or something, they drive 2 hours, they've gone through 7 states,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right here, we're still in Texas, we're still in the Panhandle. So it's a huge area that we're supporting. So
Yeah, for sure.
So where did this come from? How did Joseph's project come to exist?
Well, it took a lot of persistence. I'll just say that. It took a lot of, prior to coming to Amarillo to do this, I lived in Dumas, and I ran the CareNet in Dumas. This was kind of during the COVID time. And we were actually making trips to Amarillo at that time,
Really?
to North Amarillo,
Right.
and setting up over there at North Hillside. And in the year that we did come, we had over 10,000 client visits out of North Amarillo alone.
Wow.
So was there a need? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was there other things going on? Absolutely. Like, you could see the mom come in with the marks on her neck or bruises on her face, or you just saw that there was so much more going on.
Yeah.
And I remember going home one day, and I told my husband, I'm like, it's so hard to leave there when you see the need is so much. It's so great there.
Right.
And he said, well, we'll just have to pray about it. We'll pray about it. And so we talked about, moving down and really just committing to, hey, this is where I feel like I need to be, and it just didn't leave me. Like, I just knew in my heart that I needed to be in North Amarillo. Where? I don't know. I don't even know how it was going to work. I just believed that the Lord was calling me to North Amarillo.
Yeah.
So I did go at that time. My board wasn't willing to open up a center in North Amarillo. And so I actually ended up resigning there. And I didn't have a job or nothing lined out. Like, we sold our house, and just took a leap of faith and said, this is where he's calling us. So we're going there and believing that God's going to open doors. And that's pretty much what we did.
You took a step of faith.
Yeah. And,
Right.
and then a part of me was like, I really felt, would you give it all to follow me? I kept on hearing that, would you give it all to follow me? And so When I did come down, I actually had met Jeff through Amarillo Area Foundation, the Leader Circle. You know, he was there, and I met Jeff years ago and became friends. And I went and asked him, hey, you know, set up a couple of meetings with him and asked him if Catholic Charities would ever consider opening up a pregnancy center. And at the time, they really weren't open to it. But I think what really, really kind of was helpful is that I was willing to work without pay.
Yeah.
So, you know, that doesn't, you know, you're not having somebody come in and say, hey,
Right.
let me write an entire program for you
Right.
and for your organization, and don't worry about paying me or anything. Like, let me just get this started.
Yeah, love it.
So I think that that right there opened the door.
Yeah.
Because I knew that it needed to be done. How it was going to be done, I have no idea how we were going to do it, but we did. And I was the only employee at the time with under my program when I wrote that first grant to the foundation. And I'm so grateful, and always will be, for Matt Morgan coming over and listening to us and meeting with Jeff and I and just listening to what we were wanting to do, and we're totally on board with it. And if it wasn't for the Amarillo Area Foundation, like that, our doors we wouldn't have been able to get it started. But
Right.
it's been amazing since then.
Yeah.
So went from 1 employee to 14 employees today.
Wow.
so
That's awesome.
yeah, that's kind of how that started.
So you do what all things do you do? Because I know you talked about you know, the parenting classes and things like that. What all types of services do you guys provide?
Okay, we do we absolutely push the education. The education's based on the age of the child in order to receive the things that we're able to provide. So they do that. We're able to help with diapers and wipes all the way up until the child is 3. It's not just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
It's all the way till the child is 3 years old. And we also help with pull-ups, baby clothing. And there's going to be some times that you have families in transition where they may have lost a job or something may have happened. Mom went in to have the baby, not necessarily in foster care, but like they've gone in to have a baby and is out of work, you know, for a few weeks. And, you know, you have a 2-income family or a 1-income family, and that makes it really hard. So
Yeah, absolutely.
depending on the circumstances, you know, there are circumstances where we're able to step in and help with rent or utilities or things like that. There are instances that we can step in for that.
Okay.
We're very grateful to be inside we're located at 1101 Fritch Highway inside the Bethesda Outreach.
Right.
And Pastor Russ is amazing. Like, they have food packed already. So if we have a client come in and there's no groceries, like, we're able to go over and talk to one of his employees to get food, or if there's clothing issued, like, we're able to step over and go and get clothing with our families. So it's more than just a, you know, hey, I'm over here just for this or that. Like,
Right.
that's it. We help with so much more. We are also community partners with HHSC, which allows us we have our own portal. So we're able to apply for like CHIP, Medicaid, SNAP, help navigate them through that and get that process done.
Okay.
Even if they're not able to get to us, say somebody in Fritch that needs to apply for something and may not live here, but we can do all of that with them over the phone. Like, we can do a lot of that stuff remote with them. And so we can go back and forth and try to get things done for them.
That's cool.
So,
wow, I didn't know you guys did all that stuff as well.
Yeah.
So how does, in your mind, how does Justice Project and foster families, how do they intersect? What does that look like for you?
well, we do have some foster families actually in our program, and we just get them connected. They come in, fill out the paperwork. We set up class times with them. If there is more of a need in the family, like, say, it just depends on the age of the child or what the child has and doesn't have. Like, we're able to step in and help with some other things as well if we need to.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a need for a bed, or, you know, as long as the child is under the age of 3, if it's a toddler bed, or if it's, you know, a toddler mattress or bedding or anything like that, we're able to step in and help with those things to get them what they need for that baby.
Get them started, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, So early support, you're developing relationships, right? This isn't just to come in, grab some stuff off the shelf and
No.
leave type thing. You're
No.
developing relationships with the folks in your program.
Absolutely. They have, more than likely, they'll have the same caseworker. If they jump from one caseworker to the next or whatever, there's typically a reason why we would move someone with one caseworker. Like if you can see in the very beginning when you're working with someone if it's that relationship or not, or if they feel comfortable with you or not. So sometimes a male will probably feel more comfortable with another male,
Sure.
and we have a male counselor. So he would work with him, and so we tried to pair them up. And they do. They come in and they build that relationship. They're doing those classes together. And I personally like the one-on-one coming in. I understand, like, they can't always come in. So even the Zoom is great because you still get to see each other and talk and stuff like that. And I think making that connection and building that relationship is probably the most important thing out of all of it, because a lot of times when you're navigating through, whether it's foster care or parenthood or early parents, like any adult conversation that you have is welcomed,
Right.
And some of these moms, we've started some mom groups there.
Oh, cool.
And it's really, they just want to be heard.
Yeah.
Even if it's 30 minutes, they just want to be heard.
That's so true. I mean, part of the reason for this podcast, right? It's a place for coffee, connection, and community, right?
Yes.
Because, and I say this all the time, we do better in community. We do better when we're around folks that speak the same language, that have the
Exactly.
same thought processes and stuff. Not that we need to be in an echo chamber where we don't interact with anybody else, but with foster families, they don't have some of the same experiences as a family that just has bio kids, and so they can't fully understand what another foster parent's going through, and so connecting with other foster families is just so helpful. And so, I mean, I could definitely see, when they're in crisis and they're coming to you, and they just need help. It's one thing to give them a hand out, but it's another thing to give them a hand up, right?
Exactly.
You're developing that relationship with them. You're hopefully teaching them some skills. You're changing the trajectory of this family, right?
Yes.
Because you're not just giving them some stuff and walking away.
No.
You're developing that relationship with them.
Even if they were to come in and say that they had a class scheduled for that day, an education class, but we don't know what happened before they got there. We don't know what happened the night before. And they come in and say, you know what, Monica, I really don't feel like doing the class. I just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, I'm going to change why you're here, and we're just going to, let me go get you something to drink. Let's just sit over here, or there's another room they can go sit down on the couch and be more comfortable and just like visit,
Yeah.
and they can just spend that time there.
I love it.
So-
I love it. Building those relationships is what we did a 5-part series on trauma, and we talked about how people have, they in order to heal from those traumatic things, they need those connections. They need the relationships with other folks that are going to help them along the way. So I love it.
And I always say, and I do stress this to the caseworkers, like, I don't care what somebody walks in dressed like, smells like it doesn't matter. Like, you're not there for that. You're there to meet that person exactly where they're at.
Right.
And that in itself, like that first interaction that will basically set the tone.
Yeah.
For everything.
For sure.
And so you really need to be careful because you can either turn somebody away from your organization completely or show them that agape love, that godly love. Like and that's what we're there for,
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a recent, really powerful story that you want to share?
Let me see. Well, I do have a pretty good story. I did have a family that recently, with everything that's going on, the work permits have been pulled and different things.
Yeah.
And I have I have families that have little ones, and both mom and dad had a work permit to work, and then they weren't able to work, and they were being kicked out of their apartment Sunday. They were going to be kicked out if they didn't pay their rent.
Right.
And they're scheduled to go back. You know, they've already got their plane tickets and everything, but I couldn't imagine going home to tell your kids and your wife, like, I don't know where we're going to stay for the next couple of weeks until we leave, because we'll be homeless, like literally in the streets.
Right.
And so I was so grateful that I got that phone call. It was about 3:00 in the afternoon, and we had till 5:00 to pay that, to take care of it, to keep them from being evicted that day.
And this was on on a Sunday.
Yeah, they were going to be evicted on Sunday, but it had to be paid like by
Friday afternoon or something. Yeah.
So we got it taken care of. And so, you know, I'm just so grateful for that. Like, to me, it doesn't, everybody sees immigration, all that stuff so differently, but it's the life of a child. And these are children that are in the home. It's, you know, and so, you know, we can go, I'm just so grateful to be a U.S. citizen and live in one of the greatest countries in the world, because that's not something that we worry about. And but this little family, like, it was devastating. Like, it's been devastating for them. So to not know where him and his kids or his wife were going to be staying for the next few weeks, like, and to be able to come alongside and say, you know what, you have participated since before your child was born, and your baby is now a year and a half, and you've done everything that we've asked you. Like, this is the least that we can do to come alongside you and help you get through this. And you know, they were just so overwhelmed, so overwhelmed that we would be able to do that. They didn't even want to ask. It came from somewhere else. Like, the city ended up calling us. Like, it didn't even come from them asking us. Like,
because it's
they
humiliating.
Didn't know. He said he didn't want to ask. He didn't know how to ask. So, so that in itself, like, that said a lot. Like, he was just didn't know what to do. So.
It is. It's. Listen, I'm not trying to get into politics. I don't. The reality is, about a year and a half ago, I was so overwhelmed with everything that was going on in my life. I was a news junkie. I was always listening to talk radio or watching the news or whatever, and I just got done with it. And so I haven't been paying attention. But you know what I understood was that they were going to be going after, like, MS-13 members and stuff like that. There's a guy that was a translator in our church at Hillside North Campus that he's been here for like 30 years, and he went back, you know. And so, anyways, I don't want to get into all of that, but so if a foster family wanted to connect with you guys, what do they do?
They would just give us a call at 806-350-4600 and set up an appointment, or they can go to cctxp.org and go to programs, and you can click on Joseph's Project, go to the very bottom and fill out that information and send it, and it will go straight to our office. So they just get connected to us.
Yeah. So do they so that's like an intake form, and then they have to come in and, like, do an interview and all that kind of stuff, or how does that work?
So how that works is that they will set up an appointment with them to do their initial intake, because the intake paperwork, I promise you, it's like 3 pages long, but they will never fill out that many pages again, you know? And then, of course, they have to, like, the consent, the confidentiality, like, they fill those out, because sometimes if they're going to participate in group classes and stuff, there'll be other people. So the confidentiality and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we just get them started. We get them started. And that day that they come in, they will not leave empty-handed. They'll go with some things that they need for their babies.
That's cool. Very cool. So, what if they wanted to volunteer? What if I mean, because I have a lot of foster families that they're doing this. They're not doing it for a paycheck. They're doing it because they care about kids and helping kids. And so, a lot of our volunteers are foster families that are just looking for ways to volunteer. You guys have ways to do that?
Absolutely. We have on that same website, the cctxp.org. There's volunteer. They would just go online and fill out the information there, and get that turned in. And there are certain backgrounds that have
Yeah.
to be cleared because we're around kids and they would
we
know
do
as
too.
well. So probably the same ones.
Yeah.
So they could, there's times that we have events or we have things that need to be moved in the warehouse. You saw the 12 pallets of diapers, so sometimes we have to get that stuff moved or we need help getting things put in order.
Yeah.
And it's nonstop. We always have things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 pallets of diapers. I got 2 pallets, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much stuff. So talk to me about. I know you said so. It's Joseph's project, but it's part of Catholic Family Charities. So what does Catholic Family Charities do? 'Cause I don't even know.
Catholic Family Charities is a nonprofit
Right.
organization, and it has several entities under it. Like we have the immigration services. We also have the Interfaith Hunger Project. There's a eyeglass program under there. There's an education program under Catholic Charities,
Wow.
and then there's a pregnancy center under Catholic Charities. So it's like the umbrella. It is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And I always tell Jeff, like we literally, I feel like when we're serving in the capacity that we serve, like there's no way that you can't see that God is in the middle of all that. Like the capacity of the people that we see in our programs is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long's Catholic Family Charities been around?
99 years. It
Holy
could be
cow.
100 by now. 'Cause I
Wow.
know last year was 99 years for a very long time.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
it is.
And so, let's kind of a call to action. If folks, like I said, if they wanted to connect with you, they go to, and we'll put this down in the show notes too. But it's cctxp.org, and then they can just go to programs and then Joseph's Project.
Yes.
Then call the. They can call them at, what was the number?
806
Yep.
350 4600.
46. How many do you know? I'm sure you do, because listen, I'm trying to get this lady to help me with some grant stuff myself. So I know you know the numbers. How many folks did you guys serve last year? Just Joseph's Project.
Oh gosh, like last year, well over 1,600
Wow.
individual families. Since we've been open, since the doors have opened,
Yeah.
it's well over 3,000 families.
Wow.
We have over 500 dads. It was 400 and something. I did pull the numbers the other day. We're well over 500 dads in our program right now.
Wow. In the program actively right now.
Actively right now,
Right.
yes.
And they're doing parenting classes and they're doing all
Yes.
the things.
And a lot of our dads work. So
Yeah.
they will call at break and say, hey, can you send me my dad class real quick? I'm on break right now.
Yeah.
I've got like 15, 20 minutes. Like, can you send that to me?
Yeah.
And so he'll watch his class and then he'll call his wife and say, hey, I've watched my class. Can you go pick up my diapers? Or when you pick up your diapers, can you grab mine too?
Yeah.
So their help, they may have 2 children under the age of 3. And so one gets for one, the other one gets for the other. And so they're able to continue to do, what they're doing. One's working, one's at home with the kids.
Yeah.
So it does help. Every little bit helps.
Absolutely. I was reading a report from Christian Alliance for Orphans, and they said that the diapers was the 4th most expensive expense that a family has is diapers.
Yeah.
And so, food, clothing, shelter, blah, blah, blah. Diapers are friggin' expensive.
Yeah.
And so, these classes, we're not sitting here talking like a 3-hour class to get
No.
10 diapers or something like that. How long?
No.
How long are these
The
classes?
classes are like 15 to 20 minutes, maybe. And the thing is that if they get them sent to them, they can watch it at any time within a 3-day span or 7 days. They can ask, can you extend me out for 7 days or
Yeah.
can you extend me for 3 days? When the class is complete, it's not like they're just going to get like 10 diapers. They get a full closed 25 pack of diapers. So if we see a family that's more in need, so you have maybe a single parent household with 5 children. You know that needs going to be a lot more than a one child household with a dad in the home and mom, and dad's working. There's more of a need there.
Yeah.
So that mom is going to be allowed to do more than just one class a week to get through the week, because she may have more than just one child in diapers by herself. So we do make the exception where we Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get her. She can be approved for 2 classes a week, so she can get that 50 diapers a week instead of just the 25 to help her get through the week. And she may be working, her job or whatever, but we're able to make those adjustments to kind of help fit the need.
Sure.
So, and I'm so grateful that we're able to provide full packs of diapers to our families, because 10 diapers is not, as well as I do, like
it's
10
like
diapers
a day.
Is going to be like 2 days tops.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be more than that.
Right. Yeah. So, who does these classes? I mean, are these classes that you guys put together, teaching things? Is there
We
curriculum?
have a subscription.
Okay.
And so we have a certain curriculum that we use.
Okay.
And so we're able to either send them to them over, like, they can do one-on-ones or they can do have it sent to their phone or whatever. But the beauty of this is that you can actually see from the time that they opened it, how long it took them to complete it, if it was completed or not. And there's like 4 or 5 questions that ask at the end. So they're accountable for what they watched.
Yeah.
If they have to watch it again, they watch it again. But they're holding them accountable for that. And so they get credit for that.
Sure. So there's I would imagine. Do you know a percentage of how many? And this might be just too detailed, but what I'm trying to get at is how many single moms there are versus family versus a mom and a dad. Do you know? Is it half and half? Is it?
Oh no, I would
70-30?
I would have to pull it, but it's probably more 70-30. I have more single parent households than I do households that are together, and I have a higher percentage of unmarried than we do married. Like you see it in the program.
Yeah.
And you see the struggle.
Yeah, because I mean,
daycare bills, just everything.
Right. Not saying that every family that has a mom and a dad is successful, but the families that are a mom and a dad together they have a higher probability of being successful than if it's just one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my wife was a single mom for 6 or 7 years, and it is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, and so it's critical that this support is there, and hopefully bring in some dads into the picture that wouldn't have been in the picture is my hope.
Yeah. And one thing that I do tell my moms, because a lot of times when they sign up and I'm like, well, you can bring your child's father as well. Well, we're not together. If he would consider doing the classes, he can still benefit off of, helping you with your baby. He can give you the diapers. He can, you guys can work together like that.
Right.
And you would not believe, just opening that door like that, how many dads have said, yes, I'll do the classes to help her get diapers for my baby.
That's
or
good.
help her get the things I need for our baby.
Yeah.
I will do whatever I need to.
Yeah.
Just because we didn't work out doesn't mean that I don't want to help her.
Right.
So you do see that.
That's good. That's really good. That's good. Okay, so 350-4600, right? 350-4600. You guys have a social media page, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff?
Yes, we have our Catholic Charities. We're on Catholic Charities.
You're part of their Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, so and we'll link that down below too, for folks to connect that way. And again, Monica, I can't tell you how much I appreciate, number one, you just being flexible and just coming up here with like an hour's notice, and coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. You guys provide a really important resource for families.
Well, thank you. And, I don't want you to think I didn't have nothing to do. I absolutely have things to do.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. I mean, you talk about going from one non-paid employee to 14 in 36 months. That doesn't happen by accident. I mean, we went from no employees for 6-7 years to one employee. So I don't doubt it at all. So I really do appreciate it. And I really appreciate just the opportunity to tack onto your order and store that stuff with us for us until we get time to bring it over. That's tremendous help for us. It's just,
Absolutely.
Everything we can do to make the cost of our placement package lower, it just means that we can do more and more. And
Yeah.
so every partnership that we have just helps with that. And so I appreciate it. I really do. So,
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us as well.
Yep. And guys, thanks again one more time to Janie with ETC Bookkeeping. She is such a sweet lady. If you need QuickBooks help, give her a call, 806-626-7050. And guys, so far this year, we've done 84 placement packages, which is more than we did all of last year. Last year we did 80, which was more than we did the year before, double what we did the year before. So we're hoping to double it again this year, but that's out of about 600 kids that come into foster care in the 26 counties. So we've got a long ways to go to get where every kiddo gets a placement package, and we need your help to do that. We ask for placement package partners. $100 a month buys us all the clothes we need for one placement package. $50 buys us a case of diapers, and $10 buys us an outfit. So if you're interested in that, we'll put a link down in the description below to become placement package partners. Guys, we appreciate it, and thanks so much again.
Thank you. Thank you.